All right, folks, back at the Atlantic City Pal in Atlantic City, New Jersey. This edition of Against the Ropes. Rich Quinones here. Shamone Alvarez joining us for a couple moments, getting some work and knocking that rust off. And, you know, first and foremost, good to see you back in the ring. And I know you have a fight coming up. Talk a little bit about that.
You have a fight coming up October 24th. And I have a fight coming up October 24th in Reading, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure of my opponent yet, but I know that it's going down October 24th.
You know, it's funny because a lot of people look at you and it's the classic case in boxing where a guy starts off like gangbusters, loses a couple fights, and then all of a sudden people think he falls off the face of the earth. I mean, you fought for eliminators, you fought for titles, regional belts, you know, you fought some world-class guys. So with that being said, you've been out of the ring for about 2 years now, correct? Yes. So what's the mentality? What prompted you to want to get back into the ring?
Well, I never stopped wanting to get back into the ring. I just had some things going on within the camp that kept me from going forward. But now I've gotten over that hump, and I've gotten in contact with new people, doing some new things now. And then I keep in mind what I wanted from the very beginning. You know, a world title. You know, I want my children to be happy, and I have to work. And I'm going to do work because they want to work, not because they have to. I want to send my children to college. You know, so overall, my first primary focus was my children, and that's even back. Well, it's back even more now. So with that in mind, you know, with my daughter, my son, my soon-to-come child, I have a child on the way. So I have all these things. Re-sparking the fire that I had when I first began back in 2005, I think it was.
And people don't realize this, you know, Southpaw, Welterweight, Stacked Division, 21-6. You fought Delvin Rodriguez, Claudy, you fought Cruz. You know, you fought world-class fighters, yes. And maybe people watching this are saying, well, the guy's just fighting for the money. I don't see that. I saw you working out very hard. I saw you interact with these kids during some of the amateur tournaments over the last couple of weeks. I get the impression, and I don't want to speak for you, you speak to it, but maybe you just needed a little bit of spark, get that fire going again, and you got it.
Yes, like I said, I got rid of some things from the old camp. My son, you know, I don't want him to fight. I want my son to be a doctor. I want him to be someone. I don't want him to fight. Fighting's hard. You know, the dieting, exercise is great, but at the same time, it's like, oh God, it's rough. Then I have my daughters. I want my daughters to ever need a man. You know, I want them to know that their father took care of them. My woman, you know, if I was to pass away or something like that, that she's financially stable because I won a world title and I got I made a real good purse. So with all those being my spark, that's why I'm back. You know, I never lost what I was trying to get. It was just a stumbling block that I had to overcome.
Which happens in boxing. Yes. I mean, that's sometimes the beauty of the sport can also be the downfall of the sport at times. Is this going to be a 6-rounder, 4-rounder, 2-and-up?
It's going to be a 6. Okay. I want to do an 8, but I've been advised, you know, get the rust off, you know, actually get them gloves back on me, you know.
Is it more difficult to know? You don't know who your opponent is to maybe game plan, or just You've been here before. This is not your first rodeo.
I've been here before, and like I've learned that always knowing who you're fighting, it does help. But in my opinion, for me, myself personally, I don't think it's fights that I lost. You know, what I mean, not to be that kind of person to reflect on it like that. But by me overthinking, anticipating what Delvin's going to do, what Carlos Perez is going to do, you know, what Claudy might do. Instead of me just going out there doing me and being myself and adjusting and adapting and just fighting and boxing and doing whatever it is that I have to do to win the fight, you know, I can do that better, you know, just the same as that better, not knowing, you know. So,
two more quickies for you, and I appreciate a couple moments. Game plan going forward, how many fights after this would you like to close out the year and try to be active?
Yes.
1 or 2?
No, this year we're hoping to get a lot. Realistically, I know I'm going to get like 3, but the camp's plan is to get maybe like 6. That's the plan. But realistically, the way I look at it, I'm saying 2. I'm thinking this one coming up in October, 1 in November. And in December, you know, we're thinking about doing some things overseas, or rather be here. And if it happens overseas, then I'll get more than 2 fights a year. But if they don't go overseas, it'll be I think it'll be 2.
And then in closing, how about everything you're doing here with the AC PAL. And
I love it.
Just talk a little bit about that as we close out. I mean, you guys had a great amateur tourney a week ago or so that we had a lot of fun covering and being here. But talk about the kids and kind of helping them.
It's fun, man. It's great, man. It's like, you see these young dudes coming up, making the same mistakes, being better than I am at things back when I was their age. It's great, man. It's cool. It's like, not even like on the boxing level, like the basketball court downstairs, these guys playing basketball down the street, over the way, the basketball, video games, chessboard, all the things we do. It's fun. It's great, man. It really is a fun thing to do.
And a shameless plug for the AC PAL. If anyone wants to come in here, any contact information?
Yeah, you can contact me at 609-347-5478. That's the PAL's number. And also my email is Shamone Alvarez 1234 at yahoo.com. And I'm usually here. I'm here Monday through Friday. I'm usually here 8 to 4. Or I'm here like today. I'm here late. Like usually like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm here from like 8 in the morning to about 6 in the afternoon time. But Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm out of here about like 4:30.
He's putting in the work, and he's letting the boxing world know that, you know what, he hasn't gone anywhere.
No, I'm not going anywhere. Man, look, I'm here, man. I just made a few mistakes, and I got some things clear. I cleared a lot of things off my plate, seriously. And we will see, by January 5th, my birthday, we will see what I will have on the 5th of January.
Always honest, always classy, always humble and gracious. Shamone Alvarez, we appreciate you joining us on this edition of Against the Ropes. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you, man. Thanks.